where I feel like this might be one of my favorite shows we've ever done because we don't have to go, the Steelers won. They're 5-2, but ... Well, this sucked or that sucked. There is no reason for consternation today. There is nothing to be upset about. Maybe the most complete win the Steelers have had in a long time, and that's why we've asked the question, fill in the blank. This is the best you've felt about the Steelers since blank. 412-928-9370. The phone lines are packed, and we will get to you momentarily. I'll answer my own question, and then I'll hand it over to you, Dorin. This is the best I've felt about the Steelers since 2018. In season. I felt really good about them going into last year. Kenny Pickett, 158.3 passer rating. The ball didn't touch the ground in the preseason. And we thought Kenny was clutch. He had been in his rookie year, but it looked like he took the clutch gene and extrapolated it. It looked like there might be some consistency. Then they got their doors blown off by San Francisco, and well, I never felt great about them from that point forward. But in 2018, last time I felt this good, it's actually a game they lost, and it's when the Roman Empire came to die. It was against the New Orleans Saints. Tough place to play. Throwing the ball all over the yard. AB was making play after play. Juju Smith-Schuster fumbles late, then gets named the MVP of the team the following day.
Okay, yeah.
And that's when AB throws the ball at Ben's feet, yada, yada, yada. The rest is history. But in the midst of that game, I thought if they get in, they've got a really good chance to win. They've got a chance to maybe do something special. They didn't get in. That's the best I felt about the Steelers last night since then. What about you?
I can't go back that far. Let's try to get remotely close. And I'm going to go back to last year where I was felt okay, they finally did something significant was whenever Mason played against Seattle.
Yeah.
For me, in a way, it's not a direct comparison to what I saw last night, but whenever that win in Seattle to me was okay, they have a chance. 'Cause that's a very tough place to play. Mason Rudolph, everything that went through the carousel of quarterbacks, and for him to go in there and to help his team win that game, I was they can get to the playoffs. I felt they can get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's last night was just so balanced. For me, it's kind of hard to pinpoint what the last time was where I felt like they were this good, but close was probably Seattle last year where I felt comfortable with what they were doing and where they were going. Last night, though, there's nothing that I can poke a hole in.
You feel like it's somewhat sustainable because you've got a veteran quarterback. And I'm with you that I thought that they maybe could win a playoff game the way that Rudolph was playing. And that week, there was the whole snow deal, and you're thinking, the Steelers are going to run it, and Josh Allen's not going to be able to throw it because the wind's going to be sideways. So there were reasons for optimism. I'm with you on Seattle. People are texting in 2020 when the Steelers started 11-0. Yeah, when they were 7-0, I felt really good. But then it seemed like they were getting by smoke and mirrors. A couple of people actually texted in, well, last week they destroyed the Raiders. Yeah, but you could poke holes in that too. Without a couple of roughing the passer calls, you might be looking at a much closer game, perhaps, but unlikely a different outcome.
Did they throw for a touchdown last week?
No.
Right.
I don't think they
so.
did.
I know.
That was the Justin Fields era, Dorin. We don't think all the way back to that. Right. 412-928-9370. This is the best you felt about the Steelers since John. Fill in that blank, buddy. How you doing?
Since probably number 7 being on the center, but I'm having a Bart Scott kind of day. I can't wait to get to work this week.
Where do you live? New York, huh?
I live in New York, and I took a lot of crap last week, so I'm looking forward to get to work right now.
So, Devontae Adams, correct me if I'm wrong, he didn't have a touchdown yesterday, did he, Dorin?
Nope.
Negative.
But Van Jefferson did, John?
Yes, he did.
You might want to throw that in the face of some of your friends, huh?
Oh, trust me, it's in the arsenal.
You're not a Mets fan, are you?
No, I'm a Yankee fan.
Man, you're having a hell of a day.
Yes, you are.
You're having a hell of a day, John. Thanks for the call, man.
Have a good one, guys.
You too.
You too. I mean, a little bit of a front runner there, John, but hey, he's on our team for this one. We'll take it. Rich out in Wilkes-Barre. Hi, Rich.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Oh, we're great.
Good.
I'd have to say I'd probably have to go back to 2018 just for the fluidity of the offense last night. I mean, you scored 36 points, which God knows how long it's been since we've done that. You got George Pickens out there actually blocking people, and Danny Smith out there running around like somebody stole 10 packs of his gum.
His guys love him, man. Is that not evident, Dorin?
Oh, yeah.
They adore Danny Smith.
Yes, they do.
Dude, I'll tell you, when I saw that, that right there lit a fire right under them and got them going.
I think, dude, Rich, when they called Minka for that bogus penalty, I think that made the special teams unit, the kick block unit, that much more hungry to go out and get one for Danny Smith. They wanted to reward their coach. Thank you for the call, Rich. We appreciate it. Again, a complete win.
Mm-hmm.
Defense making plays. Offense putting up 37. Special teams blocking stuff. Broderick Jones, I guess, didn't play well. Anything else? Any other fly in the ointment? I mean, the start wasn't great, but still. So here's the thing about the start. It looked ugly early. Boo Birds are out. Tomlin's coming under fire. They're chanting for Justin Fields. They scored 13 points. Justin Fields, who, again, I'm not crapping on, had led the Steelers to an average of 7.5 points per first half in the first 6 games. So even though there wasn't a ton of offensive fluidity early, there were good moments, it was still better than what they've had for a quarterback who came in rusty. I'm trying to look for negatives. I mean, it's part of our job. You want to evaluate the whole thing. I'm not seeing a lot.
Yeah, I don't see a lot, but were you shocked that you didn't see Justin Fields at all?
Yes.
Me too.
The 2 QB sneaks, I thought you might see Justin Fields. And I'm okay that they didn't put him in there.
I don't think that that's something that's going to be a mainstay, though. I think like this week, I think that they will use that wrinkle at some point. I think he will be a part of this offense.
I agree with that. I don't think they wanted to
upset the apple cart with Russ and try to break his rhythm.
The cauldron was bubbling early, and the natives were restless. And if you put Justin Fields in then, you can't go back to Russ.
Right.
Big note on the broadcast. And Tomlin talks to the national media in a way that he's not going to talk to the local media. So he did the production meeting with Collinsworth and Tirico, and Collinsworth said that Tomlin said if he goes back to Justin Fields, he's sticking with him. So if they feel the need to ever turn it back, that'll be the move from here on out. And that makes sense. Like, if you're going to come off of Russ Wilson, you're going to go with the guy who's 4-2, and you obviously wouldn't have seen enough from Russ. Now, though, same way we talked about this with Fields, I think Russ now gets a mulligan game.
Yep.
Like, go out and beat the Giant. I mean, you got to win that game.
Yes.
But he played well enough in this one that you saw now what could be the ceiling of the Steelers' offense. He gets a mulligan at some point. He just does. 412-928-9370, Thomas in Indianapolis. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, guys. So I don't want to be the negative fan.
Oh, no.
No, I'll explain it here. So you guys say, I don't really see a lot of negatives. I just thought the whole offense was a lot of a smoke and mirrors to an extent. I mean, beyond the 4 passes, the 2 to Darnell Washington, the 1 overthrow to Muth, and the 1 to Van Jefferson, Russell Wilson's arm didn't look that good deep. The touchdown to Pickens was underthrown. The 1 to the sideline that bounced off his helmet, the Jets helmet, and then landed in his arms, and he fumbled it again, and then was caught, was underthrown. His arm did not look great deep. And then on top of that, my other concern is Tomlin seems exponentially more confident in giving a guy that maybe has 2 more years left of decent ball the open playbook compared to a guy that's significantly younger and has the potential to play for 10-plus years. Just the whole offense looked astronomically different with Wilson out there from a play calling standpoint. And I remember you guys, your under center and play action stats. It just seemed like the leash for Russell Wilson is significantly longer off the bat.
Sure. There's no doubt about that. And thank you for the call, Thomas. So the last point, I understand where you're coming from. You're thinking about the future as well as the present. You bench a quarterback who's 4-2, who is 10 years younger than Russ Wilson. So if you're upset about that because you think Justin Fields can be the future, okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
The deep ball was great.
Yeah. I don't know what game he was watching.
And the deep ball was great.
I know, yeah. I don't. This isn't Madden. Like, this is hard. It's the NFL. Like, there's Sauce Gardners out there. There's guys getting paid a lot of money on defense to get you down to the ground and also defend you on the back end. And it's his first game since December of last year. Like,
that's the other thing.
I mean, I thought the deep balls were really good. I did. Maybe I was watching a different game, though.
They started to feel it offensively after he uncorked the first deep ball.
Yeah.
And Russ talked about it after the game, that they let him cut it loose a little bit. And when he did, it opened up the running game. I think it gave them an extra spring in their step. And what I would say to the previous caller, who we love, thank you for listening at 412-928-9370, they ran for 149 yards and scored 37 points. Rest easy tonight knowing the Steelers, agree or disagree based on Justin Fields potentially being the future, the Steelers played the guy they think can win them a playoff game. And based on what we saw last night, I would now tend to agree that this guy gives them a better chance. Baltimore's got the best rush defense in the NFL. You want to beat them and win the division, you need to throw the ball.
Yes.
This guy throws it better.
Yes.
It does not mean Justin Fields can't be the guy.
Right.
Russ said after the game he thinks Justin Fields could be a franchise quarterback. But their mission statement going into the year, or hell, coming out of last year from Art Rooney II was, we need to win a damn playoff game. He didn't say, damn, I am. This guy gives you a shot.